But you have to do it right away.
We got a little carried away.
Ooh! Dad, look at this.
What?
This is getting hot.
Okay, well, maybe don't hold it.
It's smoking.
Okay, well, set it down. Okay.
Do you see that?
Yes.
Why is it...
Hey, let's worry about this. Give me some alcohol on this real quick. Hurry up. You don't have it all over you, do you?
A little bit.
Okay. We got way too carried away with epoxy on this.
All right, guys. Look. Let's try that again. All right, guys. So we got done pinning cows.
Pinning cows, weaning calves, and working the calves that didn't go to the sale barn.
Now it's 4:30 on Saturday, and Cody decides we're going to drive to Arlington today instead of tomorrow at 12.
Well, Sunday's a day of rest, Erica.
Oh my gosh. So we're going to go to Arlington to go get a motor.
Yes, so next week is spring break for Clancy. And we've had his motor.
Turn left onto County Road to 33.
We've had his truck in our shop for over a year now. We went and got it on a spring break, didn't we? Like 2 years ago?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. That sounds familiar. It sounds like maybe it was either spring break or summer.
Miles, turn left onto
Anyways, it's been in the shop for a while. At least a year it's been in my shop, just taking up space. We've got the body tore off of it. So if you haven't kept up with us, Clancy, he bought a 1984 Chevrolet 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive pickup that used to belong to me that I had sold to an old farmer. He bought it back from him, but it's just in terrible condition. The body was no good. The engine's tired and sick. So we've pulled the body off. We've got the transmission rebuilt, the transfer case rebuilt, and we're to the point where we're going to try to rebuild the motor, put a new motor in. What are we going to do? And since I'm not really a motor guy, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure we could do one.
You're not a motorhead?
Not a motorhead. Yeah. I'm sure I could watch enough YouTube videos that we could get it rebuilt. But this is going to be his daily driver. This is going to be his first truck. And I'm like, let's just buy a brand new crate motor and put in it. Then we don't have to worry about getting down the road, a year or two and the motor blows up or something quits and we have to start all over. I'd just rather put a new one in and be done with it, and we don't have to worry about it. So we're going to run up to Arlington to Summit Racing and purchase a new crate motor. They don't close till 8 o'clock. We got 4 hours to get there, and it only takes 2. So
we have 3.5 hours to get there.
We're going to go get the motor and a few other things that we need so we can work on that truck this week during spring break.
Come along. We made it.
This is something I wish I could have one day.
your destination.
Do you like it? You're not even gonna go look at it?
Look at those. You could get me one of those for my birthday.
No. Not getting you one of those for your birthday. Alright, so we got the engine, huh?
We weren't going to tell nobody what it was.
Oh.
Go down to where it's
Okay, guys. Welcome to today's video. Stay tuned. What do you think's in the crate?
What do you think's in the crate?
It's an engine! Okay, no, it's not. It's a bird! It's a plane! Okay, what is it?
It says Summit Racing.
We're at Summit Racing. What do you think it is? Stay tuned to find out. It's gonna be a fun one.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Bar 7 Ranch. Today, what are we doing today, Clance?
Working on my pickup truck.
So we're going to start working on Clance's truck. So here is part of it behind us. It's a 1984 Chevrolet 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive truck. And we're going to work on this week. You're out for what?
Spring break.
Spring break. So this week we're going to do our very best to get this old wore out engine out and get the brand new one that we bought put in. And maybe, I don't know that we're going to get to it, but maybe get the body off the old truck put on here, the donor body put on here. So, but first thing we got to do is we got to get this mess cleaned up. So we got a lawnmower in the way. We got knife making stuff over here behind Clance in the way. We got grinders and buffers in the way, heaters, just what's left of a pallet of Chuck Norris water over there. So we're going to spend just a little bit of time getting all of this junk cleaned up so we can actually move around. We're going to come through this door with the tractor to come over and pick up the old motor and take it out of this truck, and then same thing to put the new one in. So we're going to spend just a little bit of time in here this morning getting everything kind of straightened up, and then we'll be ready to get to work. Okay, guys, so let's take a look. I don't know about y'all, but it sure makes me feel better when you get everything kind of straightened up, put up. That way you can work a little bit better. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try to do our best to get this engine out of here before dinner. I don't know, we got a couple hours, which for some of you motorheads, that's no time at all. I mean, you'd have it out in 20 minutes, but we're going to take the bell housing off, this gray looking thing right here, because we're going to need it on our new build, on our new side, and then get the wiring harness off of it so that we're probably not going to reuse the wiring harness because it's just been spliced. And I mean, look at this. I mean, it's got electrical connectors like you use if you're splicing something in a box in your house or something. So, but we're going to take it off for now. So that's what we're going to start on right now. So we don't have to take this one off because we've got a new clutch. This is your flywheel. So what happens here, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, but the way this works, Bub, is this is your clutch. So since it's a standard transmission, when you push in your clutch, it's going to disengage the engine from the transmission and let you shift gears, okay? This is your flywheel, and what it does is right over there, do you see where the starter comes in, that shiny silver thing? So this is your starter. So when you turn the key on and you hit the ignition, it drives this. There's a sprocket over here on this side. You can barely see down in there. It comes out, engages the flywheel, and cranks the motor over. Used to, back in the old days, you had old crank up here in the front, and you'd go boom and bust it off. Now we have electronic starters. So that's a brand new starter. You remember we just put on this pickup? So we need to take it off before we do anything else so that we can, maybe we might be able to reuse that one. I don't know if that other engine, the new engine, has a starter on it or not. Okay, folks. We think we got everything unhooked. Who knows? We're going to crank the tractor and see if it lifts out. So cross your fingers if you do that stuff. If it looks good to you, it's got to be good then, right? All right, let's see if we can get out of there. Which way do I need to go? Just straight out and back? Yep. All right, so out with the old. Now we're basically down to just a bare frame. Looks like we got a little bit of bend right here in this frame. We can probably straighten that with a handyman jack and a tractor. But what time is it?
It's not for lunch. That's all I know. 11:49.
So 11:49. So our goal was to get the old engine out by dinner.
We did that.
Mission accomplished. Okay. We'll catch you later. All right, guys. Second day of spring break. We spent a little time this morning working on fence. And now it's about 11 o'clock and Clance is out here working on his truck. So we got the engine and everything pulled out yesterday. We're getting ready. We're going to go ahead and paint the frame while we've got the body off. So we took some old degreaser there, degreased the truck. Y'all saw how nasty it was in our video already, but Clarence is over here working on getting it all pressure washed off and cleaned up so that we can just do it. We're just going to put a coat of black paint on it. We are not professionals, but we're going to try to make it look a little bit better as we go. So got a lot to do. We're going to replace the front and rear shocks on it. He's already got new tires up in the shop ready to go on it. We got that new engine. I don't know if we've showed y'all that yet or not, but to put in. So new clutch, rebuilt transmission, all that kind of stuff. So let's see what it looks like. So he's about got the front differential where you can see it. You can see in there it's pretty grungy and nasty over in there. Pretty nasty. That's about 40 years worth of oil leaks and power steering fluid leaks and stuff like that from the old truck up in here on the gearbox. So working on it. The back half's in pretty good shape, a little rusted from being a farm truck, but we'll put something to kill that rust on there and it'll be good to go. Well, I'm going to leave Clarence to it. I'm going to go into the shop here and work on some stuff in the shop while he's doing this. He don't need any supervision for this. So we'll check back in on him later. Okay, guys, so we got Clance's pickup. He's got it all washed and it's outside trying to dry. So while we're waiting on that, we're going to work on some knives today. So he's got a couple knives ground down, basically just to the point of needing to be sharpened. He's got his handle materials here ready to go. So right now we're just going to clean everything, meaning we're going to clean the handles off good. We're going to clean the metal off good and get it ready to, I shouldn't have tore that in half. So we're just using just regular old isopropyl rubbing alcohol here and just wiping everything down real good. That way when we put our epoxy on there, it'll make a good bond. So we want to be sure we got it good and clean. These handles are, the one that I'm holding here is paper micarta. And yours is what? Do you remember?
No.
G10, I think. Is that right? Is that what red G10? These knives are made out of, what did you make these knives out of? Do you remember what kind of metal? What? 1095 high carbon steel, and got them ground up, got them ready to go. I'll wipe my hands with this too just to make sure they're clean. All right, so we got that done. Turn that over, so the side that we're going to glue. Did you wipe your blade down too?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we need to put some epoxy in there, and then I'll get the clamps. We're going to need a good bit, so go ahead. That's probably good. Is that all of it? Just squish it on down in there. Oh, I didn't know there was that much left. Well, we just mixed too much, but that's all right. Go ahead and get the mixing. Let me have that. Okay.
Oops. Well, I thought it was trash because I squeezed it all out.
We'll put on some gloves, some old rubber gloves for this, just so easier on us to clean up. And maybe won't get oil and stuff on the knives. So
We're basically doctors.
pretty much, yep. So we're gonna mix this. We're probably we've already bought this JB Weld epoxy, and that's what we're gonna use it up. That's probably not what we're gonna use in the future. We're gonna go to the blade show this weekend And we'll probably try to find some better, more like real knife making epoxy. So you got that mixed up?
It's ready when you are.
Okay. So we're gonna put it on the handles, on the blade, and then even on the pins. So get me some on here. Get it on there good. Down in them crevasses. There you go. We're not overly concerned with being super clean with it because we're going to be sure, and we're going to have to grind on the handles too anyway, so. Get some up on that tip right up there, that corner. All right, that looks pretty good. Put me a little on that side of the blade there. We probably should have wiped this blade down.
We did.
Covered the blade with something. But we'll wipe it down after we get it epoxy here. Okay. Put me a little on here. We're gonna dude it up good. This is not the way I want to do this. This direction. There we go. There you. If you've never been around this stuff, it kind of smells like a skunk. Here, come on.
Oh, I thought it smelled good just now.
Well, you can't really even smell 90% of the time, so. All right. Do this side.
Your old big hand's in the way, Dad.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
No, you gotta get it all over it.
Well, I can't reach down in there. Like you can.
Okay.
Some of it dropped off onto your finger.
Yeah. Get you some more on there. Get you some more on there.
That's what I'm doing.
Try not to run it all down in them holes. I mean, we still got to get stuff down in there.
Don't drop it, Dad.
All right. Maybe that's good.
Do I need to get some stuff on these? Dad?
Yes.
I'm going to try to get it on the
Okay.
outside and not the inside of these.
All right. Let me see that baby.
She should be ready to go.
Now, we don't normally put 2 pins in here, like 2 tubes in here, but
my
happened?
dad...
But the other day, Clarence was like,
No, that was you. You did this. He didn't remind me what we were doing. That's what happened. I drilled the
Where's
holes.
your little
like you
hammer
did
at?
too. My hammer. It's right here.
I don't really want to get stuff all over it, but I'm sure gonna have to do it. We got epoxy all over everything. We don't
You
need
got that white stuff all over everything.
Yeah, here, let's I can't do that like that. Get that off of there. So we need to clamp that. Oh. You can use this, take this alcohol and it'll clean that epoxy off where you don't want it, which is basically,
But you have to do it right away.
we got a little carried away.
Ooh! Dad, look at this.
What?
This is getting hot.
Okay, well, maybe don't hold it.
It's smoking.
Okay, well, set it down. Okay.
Do you see that?
Yes.
Why is it?
Hey, let's worry about this. Get me some alcohol on this real quick. Hurry up. You don't have it all over you, do you?
A little bit.
We got way too carried away with epoxy on this. Looks like we're forged in fire, guys, or something right here. Okay. Maybe this won't stick this thing to this. No.
What happened to this? This whole epoxy's wasted.
Why? It got hard already?
As a rock.
Alright, well, something happened, huh?
It's steaming hot too.
Okay, well, we got some more, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, well, get this some more. And let's get started with it. We'll mix some more up. About all you can do, ain't it?
Oh, come here. Hey, Mom, guess what? We haven't filmed a TikTok all day.
Yes, we have.
Actually, Dad's on board.
What is this thing, Lola? An engine holder?
No, carburetor holder.
Carburetor holder?
Oh, that's a motor stand.
That's what I just said.
I don't know why he told you that. Probably because he don't know no different. He's a
I was
goober.
joking with her.
So is this the good gas tank?
Yes.
That's not the new one, but that's
I know,
the,
if this was the good
yeah,
one.
the one that we had that was left over. That,
This is the not good wiring.
yeah, don't that look good to you? Would you want that put back in your car?
I put that back in there. It looks like it's been sliced and diced and it's been tore up by rats.
Oh, what time is it?
Time for you to get a watch.
Tell me what time it is.
Time for you to get a watch, son.
What time is it?
Time for you to get a watch.
Well, it's about as good as we're going to get it, guys.
So tomorrow,
So-
don't wear those. Or wear those, but don't wear, don't give them me hair.
We're going to call that good for night. We're going to let it set for...
So don't wear them when you wear
Y'all mind while I finish this out? Thank you. That's what the help's like right there around here. They just act like nothing's going on. So guys, we're gonna let this sit overnight, and then tomorrow we'll finish grinding out the handles, and we'll get them sharpened up. So hope y'all enjoyed that. Couldn't really see much because we got preoccupied, but
Hope you weren't trying to let them see.
all right. Thank y'all.